Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the brand new Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. This video is going to be like an actual review because I have been trying this out for the past few days, so this is not a first impression type review. I have definitely tested this out over the past few days doing like 12-hour wear tests, and in today's video, I'm going to show you guys this concealer compared to the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So before we get started, I want you guys to comment down below and let me know which eye you think has which concealer underneath, if you guys can even tell a difference. So I hope you guys are all excited about today's video. If you are, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I'm going to give you guys all of the info on the new Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, and then we're going to compare it side by side next to the original Shape Tape. So this is the new Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer, and the price of this is $27. So this concealer is formulated with a built-in eye cream that gives you a 24-hour moisturization. So this is a full coverage, natural, moisturizing matte finish concealer that doesn't cake and settle in lines. It's infused with nourishing prickly pear, hyaluronic acid, ginseng, vegan squalene, meadow sweets, avocado, mango, and shea butters. Wow, there's a lot of ingredients in this. It says it helps smooth and reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles, and it delivers 12-hour crease-proof and waterproof wear. So the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is also $27. This is also a full coverage formula that is supposed to help brighten and smooth the skin. It is also supposed to give the skin a firmer and more lifted look. It is supposed to help smooth and blur the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And it also says that it nourishes delicate under eye area with mango seed and shea butters. It says it is an easy to blend formula that won't flake or crease throughout the day. So here are the two concealers side by side. We're gonna go ahead and swatch both of these. So my original Shape Tape concealer is in the shade Fair. So here is a swatch of the original Shape Tape in the shade Fair. This is a very light shade. I think this is the lightest shade, unless they have extended the shade range since I originally bought this. And then I picked up the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape in the shade 12 In, which is Fair Neutral. And these shades are pretty close. I feel like 12 In is lighter than Fair. And I hope you guys can see the new Creamy Shape Tape is a thicker formula, whereas the original Shape Tape is definitely a more thin and watery formula. Here are the two swatches up close. So now that you guys know all about both of these concealers, let's go ahead and try them out on the face. Alright, so I have just foundation on. I'm going to go ahead and apply both of the concealers. We're going to be doing the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape on my left eye and then the original Shape Tape on my right eye. So let's go ahead and start with the Ultra Creamy first. So obviously I have tried this one out a couple of times, so this is not a first impression, but what I have been doing is applying it right in my inner corner, like a little dot, and then I'll take a little bit more and do like 2 or 3 dots right on the outer part of my eye. I have been trying to use less concealer because a lot of you guys gave me some tips on how to make my concealer not so like cakey and just, you know, terrible, too much concealer. So I've been trying to use less, and these Tarte ones are like super full coverage, so even what I just applied was probably still too much. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and blend some of this onto the lid. This shade is a little bit light for me right now, but I don't know, I was scared to get like too dark of a shade, I guess, because I like a bright under eye. But the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, I just feel like blends out so nicely. I feel like it makes your under eye look very smooth. I have been really enjoying how this looks under the eye. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm not like the biggest fan of the original Shape Tape. I just have never been like super into that concealer. I just felt like it was very like, I don't know, like drying and kind of cakey under the eye. So I'm just going to take a little bit of translucent powder and kind of tap to set the concealer in place. So here is one eye done with the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. Now we're going to apply the original Shape Tape on the other eye. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing, which is what I've been doing when I'm testing it out. I'll put like 1 dot in the inner corner and then like 2 or 3 on the outer part of my eye. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend this out as well. Also going to blend this one onto the lid. The original one also blends very easily as well. I'm also going to set this one with a little bit of translucent powder. So what I'm noticing now that I noticed the first time that I tried these out side by side is that I feel like the Ultra Creamy looks more smoothing under the eye than the original Shape Tape. I feel like the original Shape Tape just looks a little bit drier and makes my under eyes look a little bit more crepey, if that makes sense. This side I feel like just looks smoother than this side. The Ultra Creamy, though, I will say, is kind of sinking into my fine lines, but They both kind of do that. I just have to really get some powder into my wrinkles because all concealer creases on me. But upon initial application, I do feel like they look pretty similar, but the Ultra Creamy does look more smoothing and it definitely feels more hydrated. This one feels a little bit dry and I have pretty dry skin, so I can like feel it under my eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how both sides are looking. And I'm also gonna tell you guys about the wear test that I have been doing the past few days when I've been trying out both of these concealers. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup and I will be right back. So my makeup is now complete. Honestly, just looking at both of my under eyes, at this point in time, after like just doing the concealer, they look very similar, but still I feel like the Ultra Creamy one definitely looks better. I feel like my under eye over here just looks a little bit dry and crepey. I can see my wrinkles more on the original Tarte side, but at this point in the day, they do look very similar. I did notice whenever I wore both of these for like, I think it was like an 11 or 12 hour day, the Ultra Creamy almost looked exactly the same at the end of the day. It didn't really fade away. It didn't sink into my fine lines after I set it. It definitely looked very nice still after that long of wear. And then I did notice that the original Tarte side did not look good at the end of the day. Like, it wasn't like the worst concealer, but it definitely did not look good at the end of the day. It was kind of coming off like down here. It was in my fine lines. I felt like overall it just looked pretty bad. So even though I have already done like an all day wear test on both of these, I am going to go ahead and wear this for a couple more hours today, and then I'll be back in a little bit to give you guys my final thoughts. All right, you guys, so it has been a couple of hours. I feel like you're not really going to see the full extent of the differences between these two concealers after a few hours. It really starts happening like later in the day. I would say a little bit towards like the 3/4 mark of like a 12-hour day. I am going to input some footage of me after like a 12-hour day, and you guys will see that the original Tarte Shape Tape side does not look so good. It definitely started like coming off and was looking just crepey and sinking into my lines and just did not look good. But even now, after a few hours, I still feel like the Ultra Creamy side just looks better. I feel like the original Shape Tape side is just so drying. I feel like it's really in my wrinkles. I look a little bit crepey in this area where I have a lot of texture. Overall, I much prefer the Ultra Creamy side, and I am so glad that they came out with this concealer because I just never really was a big fan of the Shape Tape concealer. I know so many people love this concealer, but I was just never like into it. I'm not really into like matte full coverage concealers that look so cakey underneath the eye, so that is why I never really used mine. But now that they came out with the Ultra Creamy version, I can definitely see myself using this like on an everyday basis. I love that this is like infused like with an eye cream and it's so hydrating underneath the eyes, and honestly this wears so nicely throughout the day. I feel like it looked just as good at the end of a 12-hour day as it did when I first applied it in the morning, and I would recommend this to everyone no matter what your skin type is. I just feel like overall this one is better than the original one. So yeah, I will have this concealer linked in my description box below if you guys want to check it out. This one is definitely way better than the original Shape Tape concealer. I feel like super cakey matte concealers are just totally not in anymore. It's all about hydrating, skincare infused products, and yeah, I'm so excited to have this in my collection and I cannot wait to keep using it, and of course I will keep you guys updated with how I'm liking it. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful for you guys. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also make sure you guys have your notifications turned on, that way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. All you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button and then you'll receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.